There's also quite a bit talk around the corner about being in touch with your inner child.
Yes,
What
yes.
is it about? Could you brief us about
Yes,
that?
so inner child, it is not कि मेरा it is actually the version of yourself that you were uh, at 5 years old, 6 years old.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you have become inner child means एक बच्चा था. No, it is not that when you were your younger self. It's a very particular topic and an age. An inner child is now when we are. mm so if there is a client uh, who wants to have some food, okay, if it's a couple, and now she will start saying that no, I'm not going to have my food only. Because just to punish him, just to punish the partner or something. I'm not going to eat my food and this thing and stuff. You will see that it is, and that person may be 35 years old and still displaying those behaviors. So actually, it is not the 35-year-old person. It is that inner child means that child when they learned these behaviors because maybe something similar they had seen in their family. Maybe their father or their mother or grandmother would do the similar thing. So maybe when they were 10 years old, they caught on that. So you need to go and talk as like that inner child healing that we talk about. So you need to heal those parts where why are you punishing yourself because you're upset? Because that's going to make you more angrier. खाना नहीं खाओगे और एंग्री बन जाओगे तो why are you punishing yourself in that way? So why don't you feel? So that is what inner child healing or inner parenting that we say. So the wounded part of your child, it is not that मेरा inner child means मेरा खुश self मैं जब छोटा था carefree था. No, it doesn't mean that. It means at that one particular age when you were really hurt or when you were really bothered, what has triggered that part and that pain, and you're still carrying that pain even in your adult body. And how do you heal that, and why, and understanding that is called inner child and inner parenting.
So, what are the ways to tap into those things to at least identify कि वो wounds हैं क्या?
In the sense
Like जैसे कि अगर मेरे अंदर कोई inner child wounds
सबके
होंगे,
होता है,
सबके होता है.
सबके होते हैं,
So
सबके होते
मुझे
हैं.
कैसे how would I recognize कि मेरे अंदर की मेरे कौन से incidences थे बचपन के
Yes, so
जिनसे
the
problem है?
feelings, the negative feeling, आजकल जो चल रहा है, happy बनो, all the time be happy. The negative, the moment you feel frustration and anything that you don't want to feel, wants, anger, negative, sadness, all these are signals. Emotions are nothing. I really would recommend watching the movie Pixar's, I think it is, of Inside Out 1 and Inside Out 2.
I have watched the first part. I
Yes,
have been
second
waiting
one. They
to
so
watch the second.
beautifully explained the functions and the roles of the positive as well as the negative emotions, but they need to be balanced out. So, with respect to that, that you really need to see them as signals. When you're hurting na, जब कुछ breakup होता है and stuff, that means that there's a signal that is given to you that एक emotional wound है. It is nothing to do with, it is to do with that breakup, but there is this issues of abandonment or rejection that goes way back into your childhood. That inertia, so means कुछ तो है. And when you feel safe with a particular, especially in a therapy space, or when you're in a session and that space is created, even when you just consciously tell the client to close their eyes and imagine what age did you feel that. Some clients can just tell you immediately, I was 11 years old when an incident comes. Sometimes the client is not able to recollect.
Correct.
But most of them will know, अरे ये तो हुआ था. But for that, you need time, you need space, and the possibility and the psycho education to know that these things exist. So,
And if acknowledging those wounds,
Yes.
tracing them to the past,
yes,
क्या उनको acknowledge और
Yes.
accept करने से फिर
release होता
वो
है.
release हो जाते हैं?
Yes, yes, I've
So,
seen that. I've
so
seen
they
it
won't
every
affect
sessions.
later
No,
in
they
your
don't.
life.
No, the awareness comes to it. So they may still. So what
So
happens
now
is,
it's like कि अब आप उन चीज़ों को लेके conscious हो.
yes, and
Okay.
that is where the healing starts. तो एक बार awareness आ गया उसमें, अभी next time awareness के बाद choice आती है. There's a split second choice that you have. Are you going to choose to do this or not? It takes practice.
Okay.
So after awareness also 3-4 instances होंगे that you go back to the pattern because these are the years of patterns you've been following. That's why people say अरे मैंने तो किया awareness भी और कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. Then the next step is choice. And people are so unforgiving of themselves कि नहीं मैंने एक बार मैंने वापस से ऐसे किया, like simple thing of going to the gym and breaking it. ठीक है अभी नहीं किया, गिव योर सेल्फ दैट काइंड, अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई यू नॉट गोइंग टू द जिम. It is not just because that you are lazy and stuff, it's because you are scared of the body image. Maybe when you did try to take some effort in your childhood and stuff, that I want to, people laughed at you. तू कहाँ जाएगा, तू क्या करेगा, so there is a lot of mental blocks that can be there because of you going to gym. So once that, it will still continue for some time, even if you come up with those memories and you release them, still the physical pattern may still remain for some time, but then it is a choice. Despite that, will you still do it? And it becomes way easier, and then it becomes habit
So
forming.
acknowledgement is like the first step.
Yes, the awareness, bringing the awareness कि ये हुआ था, and plus it's not just कि ये हुआ था. People know, but how do you release it? So those again are techniques that you help them release it. You have to really know your client to give those specific values and insights and help them how to release it, because you're still stuck in those negative, we call them cognitive distortions,
Okay.
or in other forms. So you really have to release them through that and then make them understand. Some clients are not willing, they're not ready at that point of time, because that is still functional for them. Even if they're not going to gym, they are some negative behaviors also are functional. अगर दारू पी के मैं कुछ बोल रहा हूँ और मेरी पूरी भड़ास निकल रही है और बाद में there are no repercussions also, कुछ हो भी नहीं रहा है, I will continue that behavior because it is functional for me. Because मेरा तो मेरे को जो चाहिए वो मिल रहा है, तो फिर मैं क्यों change करूँगा behavior? So that is applicable, like even in toxic relationships that people say, agar someone is mistreating or behaving badly, but it's not get checked and you're still doing, oh but so sweet, I'm so sorry, the other partner is keeping on saying sorry and stuff, we are to liking it. तो पॉजिटिव है तो वो why will they change? Only when you say कि बाबा ये तो तुम अलग ही कुछ कर रहे हो, this is not fair, and you give the negative reinforcement कि नहीं बाबा, I'm going to hold back, then that behavior will not be perpetuated.
Can there be spiritual tackle to the same problem? Is there a spiritual tackle to the same problem?
In the sense of the inner child and these aspects, it comes in the form of value systems, then they say.
Okay.
That's why you see Sadhguru, they laugh it off na. They bring you to that child form कि नहीं क्या है इतना ego, they relate it to ego.
Okay.